And then yeah, I feel like the downs have been, capital summertime ball, not going my way.
Speak a little bit about that. What were your feelings when?
Do you know what? Yeah, like I never prepped properly for that. I feel like that's all in my hands. It's unfortunate that I wasn't able to prep properly for it. I feel like I was so busy and not being able to get to something like sound check and stuff like that and all those kind of stuff. It kind of fucked me up a little bit. But being out there, I don't even regret it. Like if someone said, would you swap that to have like features with some of the big artists, I wouldn't even swap. Like I want that to stay there because it's who I am. It's made me who I am today. It's made me realize, cool, how am I, not even how am I going to come back from it, but how can I, make myself better. I wouldn't have met certain people like my sound engineer, Femi, who's the fucking greatest in the world. Like before I even go on the stage, I don't even have to worry about anything. I know it's going to be fine. So I feel like, but maybe that's because I was so young, and I didn't know that I needed certain people around whilst not just having a song like that, but you're doing concerts like that you need certain people to tell you, look, you need these inners, you need this level has to be right,
How old were you at the time?
I think I might have been 22 now, 21, 22. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, one of them. Anyway, but it was a big learning curve. I mean, after that, I started doing a lot of things that I didn't think I would probably do. To be fair,
Like what?
such as I started doing singing lessons. I started learning how to even engineer a bit myself, and just take things into my own hands. To be fair, which is good. It's made me stronger in a way. Like, and I feel like I'll be back there one day. I'll probably have my own show, and because when I was there anyway, I was gassed. I'll be real. I don't even feel like it went, tits up. I feel like I was enjoying it, man. Like I was on that stage, and when I went out like to the end, I was thinking, yeah, this is crazy. I was thinking, what? This is mental in there. It's mental in there. But I'd love to go back. I know this time if I went back, it'll be calm. It'll be amazing.
So performing in front of, it was 90,000. It was Wembley, right?
Yeah.
So that shows that there's a level of fame that you have reached. Right?
Yeah. Literally.
After Barking, the song's picking up. It's doing really, really well. What is that rise to fame like?
I mean, for me, yeah, because, I feel like not a lot of people got to know my story. And it was kind of hard to share my story, especially not having, a lot of tracks out. Some of the biggest artists today have a story that they've built. It's just fortunate that my story, as I was explaining it through tracks, that it picked up quite quickly. And, one thing I do regret is whilst doing shows and whilst traveling and whilst, performing, I wasn't really recording whilst doing that. I feel like now in my head, I know if I'm doing that now, I'm recording whilst I'm traveling around, because you can forget stuff when so much is happening, like I don't think anybody thinks they can rise that quick. Maybe. Like,
How comes you weren't recording? Was it a lack of time? Was it complacency?
I just wasn't even aware of stuff like that. Like I was just a young boy. I was just a young boy. I don't even want to say I was just a young boy living a dream, because this is what I was destined to do. Like, it was just something that I was like, wow, now I know for next time. Like, I'm going to make sure that, I record whilst, I'm working like that. But I feel like I've made up for it now. I've made so much music now where it's like, my friends keep telling me, oh, you don't need to be in the studio. I'm like, trust me, I do. Like, I need to load up so I can rest for at least 3-4 years and not have to worry about working, you know, whilst performing and going around like that.
So, with Barking doing so well, a lot of social pressure came with that, right? Speak about, you know, the comments and the perspectives that people had of you because of your rise to this fame.
Yeah. I feel like going back onto me sharing my story, me telling people, me getting people to understand where I've even come from. It was definitely harder for me to sit down probably and speak to someone and say, right, look, I've come from this. This is my background, and this is why you should listen to me and take me in. I feel like a lot of other artists have done it by showing them through music, allowing themselves to show, right, look, this is how good I am. Whereas, you know, you rise, I don't even want to say rise quick. You have a song that does something and you maybe don't plan for it to be that big, but the natural thing for people to say, oh, it's a one-hit wonder. Or it's oh, is he going to do it again? But we've done it again with Family Tree and then Hold You Down and then, you know, Belong to the Streets and all these other songs that I've got out there and all these other people that I've worked with. I've worked with some crazy people that no one in the fucking UK is working with. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, for me, I'm not even a person that puts things, I'm not a guy that has a chain or a watch or anything like that. So I don't really post anything. Like, people probably don't even know I've been to India and Japan to do shows. Like, but people's favourite artists have probably never been there. Probably can't even come out the UK because they've done bad things that have, you get what I'm trying to say anyway, innit? Yeah. So, like, I just feel like those comments for me that was being made, I kind of accepted it and just said, you know what, this is what you guys want to say, that's calm. Because I know how good I am. I just reassure myself all the time. I know I was very low. Because of, you know, those comments. Some of the comments were crazy. Some of the comments were crazy. And I think every time I'm walking back into my house and seeing my mum and grandma and that and my sister, especially for my sister's getting school. You know what I mean? Even she's getting the comments and I'm thinking, come on, man. Like, I don't want to do nothing here, but, you know, why are you on my sister like that for, man? Come on, this is it's not even meant to be like that. But I think you learn that not even just people in the industry, but people in the world, that people move on quick. One day it could be this artist, next day it could be that artist. It's like, I remember hearing someone say that you go to a library, I think it was Pharrell, you go to a library and there's books there, you're not going to pick up the same book every day. So from that moment I said, yeah, this is what the music industry is like, innit? You know what I mean?
And how do you kind of compute all of that? Because you're here thinking, people genuinely hate me with the comments that they're saying, but then all of a sudden you can just see them kind of hating on someone else the next week. Like, how does that even?
To me, it makes sense, but maybe to other people it doesn't make sense because it's like football. I feel like that it mirrors the music industry scene and how fans treat artists sometimes as well. And I think this is the problem with us. We can never, you know, an artist can never just make a song and then make another song and people take it in. It has to be the same sound. If I'm out, everyone's saying, "Bro, make another Barking, make another Family Tree, make another this." When it's just a part of a journey. Whereas in other places in the world, an artist will bring out a song and, you know, it's a vibe. If it's a vibe, it's a vibe. I might want to make a rock song. I think I've made a rock song before, but it's like the people that I know that are gravitating towards me because of a certain song, they're not going to want to hear that. So it's hard to you can't please everyone. That's what I've realized. You cannot please everyone. You can't.
There's something that you said there about people saying, make another Barking, make another Family Tree. I've kind of heard you describe that as like the Barking curse.
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, you can say that still. You can say that. Like, even the music I make today, it's not even like those tunes. I'll be real. It's more, it's myself. It's the Mitchum Dreamer. It's, it's me. Like, even I think being, I don't want to say, Polydor have done so much for me. Like, so there's never a bad word to say about them. But I think, when you have certain songs on a huge scale like that, I think they're gonna want more like that. But it made me realize when I come out of working with them that this is what I was making. But when I go and listen to the tunes that I was making, which wasn't necessarily the ones they was kind of swaying towards, but like, it makes me who I am today, making the music I get to make now, man. It's a vibe now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You're more happy with the fact that you're able to make songs that please you.
Yeah, man. I don't even care if anyone likes it. If I like it, it's calm. Like, 10K, 1 million, as long as I can just put it out and there's one person that understands what I'm on, then I know it's working.
So, kind of off the back of this rise to fame and all of the comments of one hit wonder and the negative, obviously there was a lot of positive, I assume, but there was a lot of negative, and we kind of saw on social media that it seemed to overwhelm you a little bit.
Yeah.
Could we say?
Yeah.
Speak a bit more about those kind of low points in your life.
Do you know what? Yeah, like for me being that low, it was a very tough moment. Still, very tough moment because I'm at a point where I'm low, and that's when artists are showing more love than ever. And I was thinking to myself, this is not the love that I really want, though, man. Like, I don't. You can keep that kind of love, man. It doesn't make me feel warm. Like, if anything, it makes me feel a bit sick, because it's like, when someone comes in, we're meant to put your arms around them. That's why I got love for people like Young and Krypton Conan, because they're always with man. Anything's going on, they're always shouting me. They're always there for man. But like, you're meant to these young people that come in the scene now. It's easy to be brainwashed by what's going on. It's easy to think, oh yeah, look, I'm the new guy in town now. Like, I'm way too hot. But me, I've always been humble. My first thought was never to, like, buy a chain or buy a watch or the craziest of cars, but that's what people can invest in. It's a good investment. Don't get me wrong. It's a good investment. But I think that's what the scene's built up to be like. If you ain't got that, then no one wants to really fuck with you and shit like that, man. So I think me not doing certain stuff what people would expect me to, whilst having such a, being at such a high level, it's kind of hard. So I feel like that's why it was easy for people to target me and say, he's just a little boy, man. But I've been in the ends. I've seen what happens in the ends. I've seen what goes on in man's hood. I know what goes on. My friends. It doesn't even make you bad having friends in prison. But I have family that's been in prison. I have family that they want to be free, but they can't. They want to come to certain places, but they can't. But I don't show that side because that's never been me. Like, but I feel like you have to show some toughness about you for people not to want to get onto you. I'm not even gonna name names, but no one's gonna get onto the certain artists that we know, that if they're saying things and they see you on road, you're not going to. It's a different story when it comes to people like that. But I feel like, you just have to do you. You just have to, be yourself and just enjoy it, because it's like a chart graph, innit? You peak and then you come down, then you go back up, and you come down, then you go back up, and then you're up, and then from there it's long. Then you really see what's going on. But it's a game. You have to just play the game.
Do you feel like you were misunderstood at that time?
Yeah, 100%. A lot. I feel like I've always been misunderstood with anything that's happened. Like, that's why I've had to sit down a lot and speak about what's going on and tell people, because, I'm still working on the music, like I said. So if I'm sitting down and speaking about what's going on and what I'm doing, then people are understanding quicker. And now it's just a waiting game, because you ask anyone in my circle, they'll tell you, I think I'm the fucking artist, man. I think I'm the best. Like, that song that I've had just there anyways, I don't know any person that has probably matched that song, let alone some of the stuff that it's done. Like, so I know I'm great. I know I'm great, but it's just that because other people don't allow people to accept that I'm great is what holds me back a lot of the time. It's like they're waiting for something to kind of mess up and prove to people why, this is why it shouldn't be here. But I guess it's fine, innit? It's calm.
So, what did like being at a very low point in your life teach or show you about yourself? What did you learn from those kind of experiences?
Cool. The first thing I learned, right, was that when you're low, you don't only see, like, not who, I don't want to say who cares, but it's a battle from then to see how you are going to come out of it, how you are going to, battle those demons, for example, and win. Because for me, it was seconds. I could be happy, and then 1 minute I'm just deep in life again. I'm thinking, oh no, this is dead. I don't even want to be here. This is just a waste of time, because for me, I can't really go anywhere. There's always one person that knows. So there's times I thought, man, I might just restart my life somewhere and just delete Instagram and Twitter, but then I think it's too late. I'm gonna have to keep going. I'm gonna have to, keep doing the things that I know that deep down I have to finish. I have to finish everything that I've started already. Like. So it's when you are low, you're just thinking of, it's just negative thoughts of ways you can find to run away from what's making you feel like that. And it's hard, because if you can't go anywhere, I think since I've even started, I think I've travelled like once by myself. And even that was flipping scary. Like, getting on a plane, travelling by myself. So it's like, you just forget what being normal is like. And I don't think I was ready for that, to forget so fast, like, what being normal is like. I love walking to the corner shop, I love walking, I love going out with my friends, I love playing football and stuff. So I felt like that's what I had to take time and realise, cool, let me just be normal again. Let me just dress how the fuck I want to dress, do whatever I want to do. Yeah, man.